Oh boy, I wasn't ready for this. No one was ready for this. What's up everyone? Welcome back to another Amphibia reaction video. This time it's Ivy on the Run and After the Rain. Spoilers. Seriously, spoilers. This is a big one. So if you have not watched the new episodes that aired on March 13th, 2021, do not watch this. Watch that first, then come back and watch this. So yeah, this is just a place where I'm gonna share some of my thoughts. I'm gonna analyze a little bit, maybe overanalyze like one of those English teachers. Like sometimes I think I'm grasping at straws with this stuff. Anyway, Ivy on the Run. It opens up with Ivy in her room. She has pictures of Sprig, which is just so cute. She's having conflict with her mom Felicia because she wants Ivy to do chores and she's like really nitpicky about it. Like, oh, this table isn't set correctly, or you didn't fold this right. There's a little smidge on this plate that you cleaned. And it's like they have really clashing personalities. Ivy like goes out to catch bugs with Sprig, and she's like, I wish I had a more adventurous life like you, because you went out and headed to Newtopia, and you went to all these crazy places and met all these cool people. I want that. And like that is what inspires her to go on the run. Meanwhile, Anne and Polly are practicing Muay Thai, and when I think of Muay Thai, the first thing that comes to my head is Sagat from Street Fighter, and they have like the wraps on their limbs like he does. There's a flashback with Anne and her mom, like Anne's causing a bunch of commotion and her mom's like, please stop. The running joke is that Polly is not patient enough and she keeps trying to attack Anne and Anne keeps dodging, and like Wally's there and like he's kind of good at it. Anyway, back to Ivy. Eventually the stuff with Felicia gets to like breaking point and she just can't take it anymore and decides to run away. She has like one of those sacks that you've never seen in real life, the ones with like the stick and it's like tied with cloth around with all your belongings. Like, put my hand there. But, you've never seen one of those in real life, but you've seen it in all the TV shows when someone runs away. She and Sprig go on the run for a little bit, but Felicia catches up with them, and, they run into Anne and Polly, who are, like, still doing the Muay Thai. Ivy's, like, pointing to them, would be like, this action, they're doing, like, martial arts stuff. That's the type of thing I want to do. And Felicia's like, if you can best me in a martial arts match, I'll let you do what you want. And, like, I was like, oh, this will be easy, but it's, like, a really cool fight, because, like, Felicia has, like, these, like, moves that she's had experience with, and it's like, oh, I've gone to all these crazy places in the past when I went to, get like tea and stuff, and it's like, why do you think I've been so hard on you? It's because this world out there is so dangerous. And I'm like, exactly, that's the point I've been trying to make. But it's like, it almost seems like a switch like happened too quickly. At first she was like, you stay here and do your chores, young lady, and then like really quickly switched like that to, yes, you can come with me on my next adventure. I'm a righty, but I snap with my left hand. It's weird. Like, it's louder. I don't know why. That wasn't important at all. Anyway, it's an 11-minute episode, so I guess it can be expected that if it has to be set up the conflict and resolve it within 11 minutes, that I guess stuff like that happens. Anyway, After the Rain. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is the one we were all dreading. This episode had a different setup than I was expecting. When I first found out that After the Rain was about Hop Hop and the Calamity Box, emphasis on Amity, after this meme, which I saw a few days after I made the Amphibia video, my first one, and I'm like, I've been saving it for now. Anyway, when I first found out that the episode was about that, I was expecting that, okay, there'd be a really heavy rainstorm, and there'd be like some mud, and like the mud would wash away the dirt that was over the box. That's what I was thinking would happen. Anne gets a letter from Marcy. She's like, we're ready to go to the first temple because, that's the next episode. And it says all the things we need, saying armor. And Hop Hop's like, oh, I've got my own armor for all you kids. It's like this big, cushiony, bulky stuff. And he says, I wrote it down, quote, less mobility means less trouble. And everyone's just like, what? And Anne's like, oh, yeah, we need the music box. And Hop Hop's like, has a... Hop Hop has that oh crap look on his face. And he's like, oh, don't worry, I'll get it from my contacts and I'll have it ready for tomorrow, yeah. So then, cuts to later that night and Anne's like, oh, I can't sleep. And then she hears like footsteps and it's like, oh, I guess someone else can't sleep. And she sees the Hop Hop and he's like digging for something and she's like, oh, I guess I'll go prank him or something like that. But the box is gone and Hop Hop's freaking out like, why is the box gone? Why is it gone? And Anne overhears him and she's like, what? You've been lying to me this whole time? And Hop's like, you don't understand, this box is dangerous. And Anne's like, you just want to keep me here forever. You don't care about me at all. And yeah, some real drama. The drama we were all expecting. The next morning, Hop Hop's just like sitting there all dejectedly and Spring and Polly are like, what happened? And Hop Pop's like, I lied about the box and ran away. And Spring and Polly are like, dude, you need to fix this. You can't just sit here and do nothing about it. Spring and Polly go into town, and like everyone is missing something. So it's not just the box that's gone. And Soggy Joe, he's like, oh, it's definitely these beetles. Like every 20 years they come and they burrow and they take a whole bunch of stuff. Spring and Polly like go through one of the holes that the beetles dug and see that there's this like giant whirlpool of beetles with like all the crap that was stolen, and you know the box is there and they're trying to get it, but like they're overwhelmed. Anne is back in the woods, like in the spot where she met Spring in the first episode, and Hop Hop comes after her and he's like, look, Anne, just let me explain, I'm sorry. But before they can do that, they hear Spring and Polly are in trouble. They save Spring and Polly and the box, but they just kind of leave everyone else's crap down there. So I don't know how that's going to get resolved. But Anne's just like, well, now that I have the box, I'm leaving. And Hop Pop's like, no, please, just let me explain. A lot of people, including me, were expecting Hop Pop's reasoning to have to do with Spring and Polly's parents. I was expecting that the box killed them, but no, that wasn't the case. Their parents were killed by those herons that were in Prison Break. Hop Hop wasn't there, but he blames himself. Like, if he was there, he could have saved them. And, you know, he doesn't want anything bad to happen to his family, including Anne. So once he heard that the box was dangerous, he's like, I don't want anything bad to happen. But he starts breaking down because he just realizes just like all the suffering he didn't want to happen has happened. I'm just like, oh, I was gonna say poor baby, but he's not a baby. He's an old guy. Now we know that both of their parents are dead. So previously I was like, oh, maybe their father is the one that took the box to Earth. But now we know that's not true. But so it could be one of their other grandparents, because Hop Hop is the only one that's ever been seen. There's no mention of their grandma or of the other set of grandparents. So one of them could have been the one who took the box. Who knows? And it's an interesting build up to this point. I'm not taking credit for this. This comes straight from Megadant94 on Tumblr. I saw Dan's post and I'm using it. So thank you, Dan, for pointing this out. A lot of the stuff that was talked about in the previous episodes comes to a head here, because we have Night Drivers, which was talking about fears, and Return to Wartwood, which was about lying, and Ivy on the Run, which is about conflict with parental figures and running away because you can't trust them anymore. And it's like all of that just kind of combined in After the Rain, and it's like, ooh, this was a drama bomb. Marcy's going to show up at the beginning of the next episode. She's going to take them to the first temple. Based on what we see in the trailers, I'm like almost 100% confident that the first one is the green one. No, it is 100% confident, because they're using the green one to get to the icy one, and the final one we know is the volcano one, so that means the green one has to be first. That's pretty much it. Like I said in the last video, there's almost certainly something I didn't notice. So like I'm not waiting to see what other people say and to put it in my thing, because this is supposed to be about like my thoughts, with the exception of that one thing I saw from a Tumblr post. So until next time, thanks for watching.